Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Carl Mingers. This is Aaron Burns. We are WRME Live, Weichert Realtors, Main in Mustang, Oklahoma.
Had a little further to travel, sorry.
Yeah. Episode 120. By golly, we just been rocking right along. Hey, how you like this little cold snap in the weather? Isn't it wonderful?
It's not too cold, which is nice. I can deal with a little bit of coolness every now and then. I'm just not ready for winter.
Oh, well, we went straight from 97, 98 degree days to, in the 60s. So all the poor trees are like, dropping their leaves. It's funny. All right.
We're
What are we going to talk about?
Light our fireplace pretty soon so we can start turning it on.
And you girls are always cold anyway, so you light that fire up. So.
Oh, I know, it's nice. Hubby was gone last night, so I got to crank the...
Me, I could sweat on an iceberg, so it doesn't make me any difference.
Sweat on an iceberg. Oh, my gosh.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit today about pricing your property.
Yes.
Okay. Folks, you got to be realistic. We've got a great market, and appreciation is rocking right along. But you got to have realistic expectations, and you can't just look at the house down the street sold for $250. Mine should sell for $250. Is it exactly the same? Is it the same year? Is it the same condition?
How long ago? Just because it was
Right.
6 months ago doesn't mean it's still going to be considered a valid comparable at this point.
Available?
I know, right? I haven't drank enough caffeine yet this
All
morning.
right. Yeah. Well, mine just never does update. There we go. All right.
Did you get it finally?
Sorry about that. There's so many things, and when we go out on a listing appointment, when we come to see you at your house, we're not just going to bring paperwork out there for you to sign and just do something. We do a lot of research on this.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to come out. We're going to look at your house. We're going to say, kind of roughly what the condition is, and what your expectations are, stuff like that. But we're going to study the market. We're going to run comparables, of course, which any agent can do that.
Right.
But we're also going to do a price trend analysis. That is the trend in the market. What direction is it going? Even if it's going down or up,
We're going to know.
0.5% or 1%, something like that. You need to know, especially if it's going down. If you're in certain times of year, you're going to have a depreciating market, just a little bit, not a crisis, but it's going to depreciate just a little bit, and you got to stay ahead of that curve if you're listing your house, because you want, for every time that the market drops just a little bit, you're a little more out of the market. So you got to be ahead in what you're thinking about.
And days on market too on some of those make a difference.
Days on market affects the buyer's mind.
Yes.
It absolutely does.
So we want you to price accurately, in a better range at first, so your days on the market aren't long. Because if you start out high, your days on market grow, even though you start reducing.
I mean, absolutely, we want to squeeze every nickel that you can get out of your property. We want to help you do that, and we want to help the market appreciate as much as possible. It doesn't do us or you any good to go in and list that house 5% under market just to get it sold fast, unless you're in a crisis situation. But most of the time, unless it's a really crisis situation, we can work that out to where it's going to sell in a decent amount of time. We just have to watch the numbers a lot closer.
And the days on market can vary on what's seen as, oh my gosh, what's wrong with this house compared to a 500K house. Those stay on the market a little longer than 150K.
If you're 125, 150K,
Yes.
and you're on the market 6 months, you're out of the market. That's all there is to it. I don't care what your realtor tells you. You're not in the market. Okay. If you're not getting showings, you're not in the market. Okay. You've got to pay attention to those things. That's why communication is so critical in this business. If in 2 weeks, if we haven't got any showings, we got to analyze it and see what's going on. Got to be in the market.
So ask, stay on top of that stuff. it's our job to take care of it, but you need to be aware too. If you're not every agent is on top of or notices something, stuff gets by us, we're human. So if you're on top of it and you say, hey, I realize this, we can go, oh, and see what the problem is or address that problem.
You know what's frustrating is when, I've got sellers that love their property.
Right.
And I walk in, I love the property. I'm thinking, well, this is great. It's going to sell. I think this is the price, and then you don't get any showings.
And
we have to look at the facts and see what's going on, because we market to a gazillion websites out there. We have to kind of fight the Zillow values and stuff like that, but we're always looking at that property and we're reevaluating it and stuff like that. And what me and you might like
is different.
Might be what nobody else likes.
Right, and another thing is any of those websites that give a value for a property, they're not necessarily in our market. So our actual
they're
market
sitting in an office in Silicon Valley somewhere.
It's different. So just because X and Y website say it's worth this much doesn't mean in our actual market compared to our market.
Actually, it used to be like Zillow used to always be way out there. On a lot of properties lately, we're seeing it way too low. So
yeah, it could go either or way.
Right, and when a lot of FSBOs, for sale by owners, they'll go by Zillow or heaven forbid they look at the county assessor. The county assessor, they're just a generalization.
Yes.
To establish a tax base. They are not an appraisal company, and they do a fine job at keeping things organized and kind of figuring out stuff. Mm-hmm. But
it's not their job to actually know the market.
So, don't use that as a basis. Okay?
It's their job to collect taxes.
That's right. And one thing about it, I work a lot with the county here in Canadian County, mm-hmm. and it is amazing how much work goes in.
Yes.
To the valuations. If you don't like your valuation, you can go dispute it, mm-hmm. and all that stuff. There's a tremendous process that goes to evaluating every piece of property.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Well, what else we got going today?
If you're an agent and you need your NAR Code of Ethics, we're having one here today at the office, so come join us at 1.
1 o'clock?
Happy to have you. It's free. So.
It's also, if you're an agent and would like to know more about becoming an agent, we're having lunch today at Swadley's in Mustang.
Yes.
And we'd love for you to join us.
11:30 sharp.
This is such a fun business.
It is.
It can be challenging at times, but I tell you what, being able to have a flexible schedule
yes.
is so valuable. If you've worked a 40-hour week, or just for somebody else all your life, to have the flexibility is just huge. Okay.
To be able to take the time off, schedule it, or just decide, I'm not going to work today. I'm going to
But even better than
go
that,
to a field trip or whatever.
Is helping people.
Yes.
Okay.
Not having the same redundant thing you have to do every single day.
I can have 10 listings and not a single one of them be the same. It's funny.
Even 2 buyers.
Right.
Completely different.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think we probably ought to wrap this up. And we are WRME Live, Weichert Realtors Main Edge in Mustang, Oklahoma, where we do real life, real world real estate every day. Come see us.
Bye, guys.